What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we have the 2018 M5 review. This is my personal vehicle. I've had it for about a month now, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with the exterior. I apologize for the wind. This is in Donington Gray. Going to the front, you do get a more aggressive hood with the M5 compared to the regular 5 series. It does have adaptive LEDs, which are beautiful, one of my favorite designs. They almost kind of look like they're levitating. Technically in 2021 there was a refresh. You could actually install those into this, but I'm not going to do it. I like the way these look even better than the refresh. Of course, you get plenty let focus there, plenty of airflow. You can see, you know, the oil coolers, the big radiator. Technically, this is an aftermarket grill. The previous owner changed it. I think it came with a chrome one. And I think these are either inserts or it came with this grill painted. It is gloss black, which I think looks good with this spec, which I will show you guys once we get in the interior. So it does have PPF. So it is older, but it's really done a good job of protecting it. It has a couple minor little chips and scratches that can be touched up. Nothing too crazy, but I'm definitely going to leave it on there for a little while. The dealership did do a ceramic coating on it when I got it, and they gave me a 1-year warranty. And the cool part is they have a 12-year paint protection from BMW. So mine's good till 2030. If it bubbles or flakes or something, you know, from it not being painted properly, or, you know, some kind of weird paint failure or manufacturer defect or anything like that, they will cover it. So I think that's really cool. Moving on to the front wheels, we have Michelin Pilot Sport. This is what actually came on this particular vehicle. I think you get it with Pirellis as well. I'm glad we got the Michelins. I think these are a better tire. In the front is a 275 3520. These are the black M Sport wheels. That's how they came from the dealer. You get they're 20-inch. It's a 9.5-inch rim in the front. Of course, you get these massive 6-piston brakes with steel rotors. I did not get the carbon ceramic package, or the previous owner didn't get that. Honestly, they're going to be so expensive to change, and it's not a bad deal doing it this way. Pro tip, if you do the brakes yourself, you can go to Beamer World and get the pads for the front for like $242 with the one sensor that you need. So I think that's a great deal, and I think they had rotors for like $313 or $350 or something like that. So much cheaper than the dealership. They're actually reasonable to change. Just remember, you're going to need a few tools. Remember to torque the wheels, you know, a couple bolts, couple pins on each caliper. Nothing too crazy. If you change the rotor, it's a little bit harder because the bolts could kind of get seized in there. Just make sure you put anti-seize on the hub, so when you put the new rotor on, it won't get stuck on there like sometimes it does. So really, I don't think it's a terrible brake job, but just keep that in mind. You know, at the dealership, it's going to be quite a bit compared to doing it yourself. You get these beautiful little M badges everywhere, of course, on the rim. You get on the front grille. This is black painted. I think this is how it came from the factory. I think this is actually a fake little vent, so nothing crazy there. Of course, you get the M style mirror where it doesn't actually touch on this side. I think they look cool. Of course, they have like the, you know, the lane, if someone's in your lane, the little warning. They actually PPF'd these. You kind of see the PPF a little bit there. So they did get PPF the mirrors, which is cool. Of course, there's also a camera here, will help with the side view for the 360 camera. The cool part is anywhere on the 4 doors you can unlock the vehicle from. You just grab it like so, and it unlocks it. And then to lock it from any of the 4 doors, you just press right here, and that's how you simply lock it. It is keyless entry. You can buy the more expensive key, which I think I'm going to ask for my birthday. I forget how much they are, but they're a touchscreen. You can precondition your vehicle. You can check fuel range. You can do all kinds of cool stuff from the key, and I will be reviewing that. So if you're interested in that, that will be hopefully coming soon. You get these little side skirts just to make it look a little more aggressive. Of course, the roof is carbon fiber, so I love that. Pretty big piece of carbon fiber there. Coming around towards the back, the little fin shark for, of course, for satellite, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. Or, I'm sorry, like 4G LTE or anything like that. The back are actually significantly larger. So it is a M Sport rim, but it is, instead of being 9.5 inches in the front, this is 10.5 inches for the back. And you also get a 285 35/20, so a much wider tire. You can see the back only has a single piston brake, steel cross drilled rotors as well. The gas tank cover is technically locked until you unlock the vehicle, so all you'd have to do is literally press and let go, but it will not do it now just because of the simple fact that the car was locked. So keep that in mind. You have to unlock the vehicle. Sometimes from the key, I've noticed that you have to get in when you hit unlock, it'll do it. I'm sure it'll do it from the key as well, but make sure that it is unlocked to open that. Coming around the back, I think it's absolutely beautiful. So you do get this small spoiler. I think it's very tasteful. It was painted to match. And then you're gonna see the M5 badging. I love these taillights. They look really, really nice. The new ones are kind of weird. Another thing, like, I'm not a big fan of the new lights. Technically, he did add new tips. These came with, I think, just regular M Sport titanium tips. These are titanium with carbon fiber covers over them. They are a little bit older, so what happened is the clear coat started to flake off. They need to be cleaned up, of course. So all I have to do is get, like, pro tip, if you get a Scotch pad, just kind of rub them, clean them up, and then you can actually re-clear coat them and they'll look brand new. So I do plan on doing that. Just been crappy weather. By the way, these are for the toe points. You do get one in your back. There's one here, and of course there's one on the front, so keep that in mind. There's really nowhere underneath because it's covered underneath so well for aerodynamics and preserving everything underneath. So just be aware of that. It does have a little bit of a rear diffuser on it. I think it looks good. You can get this part of it black if you wanted to. Mine was painted to match. That's the way this spec was. It did come with the I forget what it's, part of the executive package. I guess it's privacy. So I believe you get the back window, this one, and the back one done. It did not come with the front window tinted, which the previous owner did that for me, and it matches beautifully. So I'm so happy he did that. He did not do any tint on the front window, so I don't have any issues with that. So I'm kind of happy, so I don't have any issues with the law on that. What else? The side profile is very beautiful. I just love the way this car looks. So without further ado, I guess we can, well, let's lower the trunk before we get inside so you can kind of see the trunk. So there is a cool feature. Check this out. You are about a foot away from the vehicle and you just kick directly underneath and back and the trunk will open. So this is for if your hands are full or whatever, or you want to do a cool party trick, that's what it can do. Technically, another thing the owner did, he did everything I literally was going to do for this vehicle. He put a complete WeatherTech package in this vehicle. So the trunk, the passenger seats, and the driver and front seat. So or floorboard. So I'm very happy about that. I did buy two car seat covers for my nephews or my nieces, whoever, you know, rides along. I could just throw those on and kind of protect the leather. I did also get a M Sport sunshade, just because the sun can be really rough on the dash. And then, of course, I keep a very small cleaning kit. Usually I have a bigger thing. It's starting to get overloaded. I may have to use that. I do keep like leather cleaner, car waterless car wash, and then tire shine, air pressure gauge, and then a couple rags. So nothing too crazy. Technically, underneath this is where the little air pump is with a Make sure I got this seated properly so you can actually close this. And I actually have a key. I actually have a 17mm socket in case I ever have to take off a wheel. I have the proper socket, 5 point or whatever. But in that pump, there is a pump with the air pressure gauge on it, and then a canister that screws into the side that will actually temporarily inflate your tire to get you to safety. Honestly, if you have a blowout, that's probably not going to help you much. It does have the loop in there, has a tool to pop off the cover, and then it does have the loop for towing, so keep that in mind. You know, very, very large trunk space. It does do, I think it's equal split, so I don't know, it's like 40-40-10 or whatever, so you can put the skis through there. It does have the opening where you can get from the rear to the trunk, or you can have a fold out armrest, which I'll show you guys. But equally split, you can drop it from here, which is kind of cool. Both sides there, you get some anchor points, you get some power, you know, basic trunk. Underneath here, it's kind of a pain to pop off, but underneath here and underneath that cover, the carpet does look amazing, but underneath that cover, you lift that up, that is where your battery and some of your fuses are, so be aware of that. You can also do the same party trick where you're a foot away, kick under it, and it will close. It will beep to notify you. You do have the lock button and the trunk close button there. Of course, you could also reach underneath and hit that. There is where the rear camera is for the 360 and the backup. Has, of course, park assist sensors all the way around this bad boy. That's it for the exterior, because it's getting very, very windy. So you just grab it, unlocks, open it. One of the packages, I think the executive, has soft close. So let me demonstrate. You close your door like so. It's not closed all the way. And they're soft close, so they'll suck it in and close it for you. So I absolutely love that feature. That was one of my favorites. Let's do this while where there's a little bit more light with the door open. Obviously unlock, lock. He did pay extra for the piano finish. It is a pain in the butt to keep clean. Dust or anything sticks right to it. Of course, you have your presets for the seat, and then of course you have your massage 1, 2, 3, and then you can go in and actually change what massage you're getting. You do have your mirrors that can power fold. You can open and close the trunk from here, open it and close it from here, which is really cool. To open it, you would just push down, and then close it, you would just hold back until it completely closes. Both mirrors are power. You can hit this button, both mirrors will fold in, and you can actually go into the settings and change it to where the mirrors will fold up every time you lock your car or park it or whatever. I think that's a cool touch. Of course, all 4 windows are auto down and up, so that's really cool. All 4, usually you only get the front 2. And then of course you have the window lock for the back, and then the automatic sunshade that kind of comes out from the back, which is really cool. I'll show you guys while I'm in there. And of course you get some storage, so really nice. This panel hold on, let me get the glasses, put it to the side for now. These are a little bit loose, I don't know what I did to them. But this does illuminate, and also the seat M5 illuminates before I get in there. Power, obviously, power seats, you get massage and heat and air conditioning seats. So kind of crazy lumbar support. Even the side, I forget what those are, but they can actually open and collapse on you, so you can feel really comfortable in the seat, and it can help hold you in place if you're at the track. Of course, you have to pull that twice, because there is technically 2 hooks, one on either side of the vehicle to pop it, so you do have to pull that twice. There is the pedals. A lot of it has some metal accents. A hidden storage, which I keep my dust towel for like the dust that gets on the piano finish. You can see it really badly there. Let's go ahead and close the door. Hopefully we can stop some of this wind. So sitting down, it is very, very comfortable. So I guess we can start with the dash from left to right. So on this side, of course, you get a vent. You get all your lighting settings, you know, off, running lights. Come on, focus here, people. Running lights, auto lights, lights just plainly on, and then dimming the interior. You can change a bunch of crazy settings for like the ambient lighting and all kinds of crazy stuff. You have the parking lights. Now, what's funny is only one side of the lights will light up, so you can have either your right side or your left side. So let's say I park on the right, and it's kind of a narrow, dark kind of alleyway or road or whatever. You can click this and it'll illuminate the lights on that side to help a vehicle see you, so a motorist see you, so they don't hit you. I think that's kind of a cool touch. You do have this ambient lighting that's all the way around the vehicle that can be changed to 6 colors, which is kind of crazy. Coming around, you get all this very, very nice material. So all this is leather, of course, Alcantara roof, which we'll show you more here in a second. Leather, you do have the opening for the heads-up display, which is really, really nice heads-up display. Come around, you get some more defrosting vents, of course, a bunch up there, but you get a couple here, which is a nice touch, all the way around to there. And then starting from this side, you get the instrument panel, which can be customized in the settings of the vehicle, and settings can be saved to different keys as well, not to mention driver profiles, which I think is really cool. I did fill this up. It said 512, which is insane to me, by the way. Time, total mileage, you can reset your trip. You get other stuff to pop up down there. You can change, like when you're showing radio stations, it shows up on this side, and change that. It can be changed quite a bit. It shows if you're in four-wheel drive sport, two-wheel drive. It does show your comfort settings for engine efficiency is what I typically ride in, and then comfort for suspension and steering. It does have electric steering. Then it shows your temperature gauge there. Technically, when the engine is not warm, it has a yellow gauge that starts off just above the 4,000 and it goes down as the motor heats up. So I think that's a really cool touch, telling you, hey, your motor's not warm, don't rev it, don't beat on it. You do have your auto, this is your auto like brights to be turned off when another vehicle comes. You set that setting. You have, of course, your turn signals. This is how you reset and get into the secret service menu. And then, of course, you have telescoping and tilting steering wheel. This will technically go up and out of the way, and then once you fire up the vehicle, it comes down to your pre-selected position. On this other side, you have your windshield wipers. It does have auto, or you can manually do it, and then it has different speeds. Whoops, if I can get a good shot. Different speeds for your auto, you know. You can see all the settings there. So it's kind of crazy how many settings it has. You get these paddle shifters. They are plastic. I will be honest about that. These other ones, I thought they were metal, but they're plastic as well. This is your M1 and M2. These are the ones that you can set the different settings. So you can set M1 to be, you know, Sport Plus, 4-wheel drive, with sporty suspension, sporty steering. And then you can make this one even crazier. Make it the 2-wheel drive with everything disabled, Sport Plus everything. That's what mine is. So mine's 4-wheel drive, sporty everything, Sport Max everything, and then this one is 2-wheel drive, sport everything. So that one's the crazy drift mode, and this one if you want to race someone, basically. And then, of course, you have, if you got the, I think it's called the Driver Dynamic or some kind of driving package, where it has your cruise control, your lane assist with cruise control, your cruise control distance, so I kind of automatically do it, reset it, reset, cancel, set it, and then you can go up and down, and this can be used for other functions as well. And then on this other side, you have your mode, you have possibly volume or channel, depending on the way you have it set up. I think this is channel and this one's volume. And then, of course, you have your, since I did that, the music came on. And then you have your scrolling wheel, your call, and then your speech where you can tell it to do stuff, change the temperature in the vehicle, whatever. I am going to crack the window a little bit because it is a little warm in here. I'm going to crack a couple windows if I could talk here. So, and then you have your, heated steering wheel. This is how you activate it. You do get, being an M car, you do get the M stitching on the wheel. This is the only spot in the interior that doesn't look as good, is right here, rubbed a little bit. I got a leather guy that could straighten that up. Technically, you can order, if you buy these like rewrapped wheels, they'll basically, you go to a shop, take the wheel off, they'll put the new one on, and then you send your old one back. Otherwise, you get charged for it. So they can like redo this in like leather, Alcantara, all kinds of crazy stuff with a little shift light. You can get pretty wild with these. I'm just gonna see if my leather guy can actually touch this up a little bit right here to just make it match this. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I usually hold it from here or here, so it's not the deal breaker. This is attributed to some sun damage and wear, so that's why it's so important to have a sunshade, especially for this leather. It can pull away from it, and it can damage your leather quite a bit and dry it out and crack it. So please be aware of that. Moving over, you have the 10.2 inch HD display. I think it's 1440 IPS, so it's 1440 by 540 IPS panel HD. It looks amazing. You get plenty of vents through there. This is extra for the piano finish. We'll show you guys the build sheet or the spec sheet here in a second. Then of course you have your CD player slash DVD. It will play movies. You can unable to save because there's nothing to save, but you can program these to literally like your one to show like your horsepower and whatever gauges, one to be CD player, one to be something else. Like you can pretty much program these buttons right here to anything you want. Like I mentioned, CD slash DVD player. You have your climate control. Technically this is all touchscreen. Let me turn this down. You got to watch it because it has gestures, so I'll show you gestures here in a second. But this does have full touchscreen there, so to turn it on, you would touch it. That's off. That's on, you know, that's off. Everything touchscreen. This is the fan speeds. This is the heated air conditioning seats on both sides. It has it, of course, the menu button, the program stuff, sync, you know, circulate, AC, pretty standard stuff there. Auto on both sides, max AC, max, you know, defrosting. You can select how it comes out at you, so that's really cool. What else? This soft close glove compartment, not the biggest, but it does its job. Moving on, already showed you that side. Moving on to the center console, we'll kind of go through that really quickly. It has this nice piano finish cover, so you just push it up, it locks into place. Ah, man, yesterday I did get a little bit of pop there. That's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to clean that. I wasn't paying attention, but a little pop, I guess, came out of one of the cups. I wouldn't say it's poor placement, but you just have to be aware. So I have wipes in there, interior wipes that will clean this plastic and make it non-sticky immediately. I will immediately do that. This is a wireless charging pad. You do have a USB connection there. And then my wife actually bought these BMW cup holder inserts right there. Of course, this is for power. It's not actually a cigarette lighter. But there is power there, USB there. Then moving down, you have all your stability and traction control. There's a couple different modes you can turn off. There's like stability and then full traction control, stuff like that. So there's a couple different modes there you can disable. Then you go down to your engine. So you have efficiency, sport, sport plus, and then same thing for the suspension is comfort, sport, sport plus. Same thing for steering, comfort, sport, sport plus. And then of course this is your exhaust valve. If you looked at my exhaust and you saw only one of them were blue and the other one was kind of whitish, the blue happens from the heat. So by having it in, it defaults with the exhaust on loudest. So what happened is it'll come out of one pipe as when it's the loudest, and then if you turn it off, it opens the valve to where it comes out of both exhaust tips, which quiets it. Technically I need to drive around like that to get the other one warm so it turns blue like the other one, so it doesn't look like two different colors. Or I may just actually switch them. So once I scotch them and clean them, I may rotate and switch them to either sides, and then switch the yellow and then the blue tint or whatever one over, so the other one will turn blue too, so it'll match. Then you have your parking stuff. So when you hit this, there we go, took a second. You have a full 360 camera. You can go in there and change contrast, settings, all kinds of stuff. It'll show you how far your doors swing open, your front camera, side camera. You can touch different cameras, so you can go like, I want to see my side of my car. It'll show you if you're going to hit anything, side of your car. I want to see my back camera. You hit back, shows you the back, and then you want to see the front, hit the front camera. It shows you the front, and then where you're going. It also shows you everything like that. So that's really cool. And then the picture in the camera. Let's go ahead and turn that one off. And then you have your parking brake. This is pull up to put it on. There you go, electronic parking brake, and then you just push down and turn it off. Auto hold is really cool if you're at a drive-through. Auto hold is, and whenever you let go of the gas, it'll just hold until you hit gas again. So basically hold the brake for you, like if you're through a drive-through. It's kind of convenient. Let's close that because it's really bothering me. Then you have your media control thing, so you can go quickly to your media screen. You hit media, it goes to media. Then you can select, you know, Sirius satellite, AM, CD player. You can go to Android CarPlay, you go to mirroring, you go to USB, mobile devices, manage whichever devices are connected to your thing. You go to your presets, so that's really cool. You have menu.com, so like if you're punching in a website or whatever, you have your map, your navigation, back to menu. This is how you scroll like this. You can also click this whole entire thing forward, up and down as well, so it moves. And of course you have back and then options to adjust certain settings, so that's really cool. The center console, let's say your friend has his arm on it and you hit the button, only one side will open. It is, both sides can open. It does give you another power outlet right there, 12 volt, and then of course another USB connection. This does not use Apple, it does not use Apple CarPlay with USB. These are just USB charging. I think one of them is for media, I forget which one, or they both may be for media as well, but the Apple CarPlay is through Bluetooth. So that is an option you have to pay for. Luckily, this one has it. And then last but not least, the shifter. This is how you select what speeds the gearbox shifts at. So if it's in 1, it shifts kind of slow, more smoother, better for around town. 2, a little bit faster, and 3 for racing or just, you know, track use or whatever. This shifter is easy to use. To, you know, you're in drive is to the right, neutral is to the left, so you usually start to the left in neutral, then you go up and to the left for reverse, and then just over for drive, and then P is for park. At any point you can hit P and at park, obviously not while you're driving, but once you stop, of course you can shift manually. So once you're in drive, over to the right, you can actually shift up and down through the gears this way. Or with the paddle shifters, if you hold the left paddle shifter all the way down for a couple seconds, it'll select the best gear at the speed you're going to. So if you're racing someone, you want to hold this for a couple seconds, it'll put you in the best gear for the most response. And then you shift up or whatever. It'll kind of be in a manual mode at that time. To get in and out of manual mode, you can hold this for a couple seconds, and it'll get you out of manual mode back into automatic. It is a 8-speed ZF transmission. One couple buttons I forgot about are over here and here. So this one is your shield. This is the BMW safety. So the shield is for like, you know, if you're driving and all of a sudden you're not paying attention and a car comes up, it'll beep. You can set that for close, medium, and far away. It'll beep and actually apply brakes for you and stop you from hitting a vehicle. It can detect children like running out in the street in front of you, and then it'll beep, and then if you don't stop, it'll stop for you. If this is enabled, that's why it means the green shield. Of course, hazard lights, your start stop engine button. What the heck is that? Jeez, oh Pete, it's driving me crazy, man. I gotta be careful when I pick up food. Of course, start stop engine, and then this one I always leave off. What I like about it is it stays off until you click it on again, so you don't have to hit it every time. This is your auto start stop button, so when you turn it off, it stays off until you select it again. So that's what I love, it stays that way. You don't have to keep doing it every time you get in the car. If you go through all these different adjustable settings plus the other ones in it for like driving habits, I forget how many crazy combinations it is insane. The seats are very comfortable, bolstered in every possible way. Lit up there, that goes up and down, these collapse, this goes up and down, the thigh support. It does have memory and massage seats on the passenger side, which is crazy. Of course, you see all the airbag stuff. Also, you have options for the sound. This is the basic one. That's crazy when Harman Kardon is your basic audio, if I said that correctly, is your basic audio. You can get the something Bose and Winkle, I don't know the name of them. It's a really fancy audio system. It is more for that. This one is incredible. It's not as good as the other one, but it is good enough. It's better than any other vehicle I've had in the past. I've had JBLs, I've had other, you know, Dodge and Chevy and other sound systems, and it doesn't even come close. This is their top tier. Actually, you get this tier level of audio in the Scat Pack. I just never got it. What else? As far as this, auto dimming mirrors, obviously heated, power. Your mirror is auto dimming. It does have 3 buttons right here. This is for your garage door openers. Then you have your dome lights for both of them. Each side can be individually controlled. Your SOS if you're in trouble. And then it does have a little sensor here for gesture control, which I'll show you guys here in a second. You get the roof completely Alcantara. You do get lighting for the back, so they could turn on their lights individually. Got the oh shoot handles on all the sides to help you get in and out of the vehicle. They're soft close. Everything is soft close. Same thing with this thing. Even this feels premium, like when you open and close it. And there's a light, of course, that illuminates. It's crazy. Like, everything feels really, really good. I'll talk about the quality here in a second, but everything is leather stitched, good materials. Leather stitched, the piano finish, leather stitched, leather Alcantara. So the materials are high quality. This was a very expensive car, which we'll talk about here in a second. The WeatherTech package the guy put in there, thank you. He gave me all the mats that came with it. It has a little blue stitching like this. They're brand new, basically. I put them in a bag, tied them up tight so I didn't get anything, and I threw them in my closet at home. So I do have those. I don't know if I'm ever going to break those out in the summertime, because this is my daily driver, is the crazy part, and I do blacktop. Yes, I do. So I'm actually buying a car seat that I'm going to, a car seat cover here, plus a towel, and then I'm going to change my clothes, wash to my elbows, and just be careful as possible. This is going to be my daily driver. So that's just some of my camera stuff, and then the thing which we'll get into here in a second. So let's, I think we're pretty much done for the front. For now, let's jump in the back. I have my seat pretty far back because I'm 6 foot tall, 220. So I'm a pretty big dude. So I have my seat, as you can see, pretty far back, like past the A-pillar. See how much leg room we have here. Probably not a lot on my side. Of course, you get illuminated there. You do get the privacy shade things. They are manual. They just simply hook on like so, and you get sunshade. They joke around and say peasant shades. I don't think that's funny, but it kind of is. But they hook on like so, even for the little window, which is cool. I'll show you guys the electric back one here in a second. Piano finish here again. Some more speakers. It's got quite a few speakers up and down for the window. Leather stitch everything here. Even this. Everything just feels so good. Of course, seatbelt. Let's slide my jacket over. Even these feel really good when you open them. And get some plastic covering there. The WeatherTech, of course, leather stitched in the back. Let's get in here. I don't want to kick the crap out of it. So I am 6 foot tall. My seat's all the way in there. And I have this much leg room. And I'm 6 foot tall. And I have about that much headroom. So it's perfect. It feels extremely comfortable in the back. In the back, you get your own air vent. They were saying something about side air vents. Oh, right here. That's really cool. So you get quite a few air vents. So you obviously have your floorboard air vent. You have this center console air vent. You have these side air vents. That is crazy. So you get the oh shoot handle with a hook for your nice shirt. The lights can be both turned on. Oh, I don't like the way they illuminate. And then one at a time. It does have the little blue light so you can show you where you're hitting. That's really, really cool. So let's talk about this. So you get 2 air vents. You can open and close them. You get your own. You can hit it auto or select the temperature. See? That's really cool. Let's turn off auto. So you have which way you want it to come. So you can actually select in the back. That's crazy. So you can have it come at you, or floorboard, or both, or just at you. Have it on both because that makes sense. Then you can adjust the speed of the fan. See that? So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and turn that off. And in a second, you have heat seat warmer 1, 2, 3 on both sides. So you do have a seat warmer. That's really cool. Then we're just gonna hit, you have your own max AC. That's so cool. I never really looked at it too much in the back. So you have full controls there. You have power on both sides. So you just, I would imagine, always hitting the weather tech. So you have these little things you pop out. Then you get this tray. Is it wireless? It can't be wireless charging back here. I don't know if it was. I'm gonna have to test because my case is kind of big. I'm gonna have to test if that's just a spot to put something or if it actually does wireless charging. I doubt it does wireless charging back there. I need to wipe these couple spots. These open and close. My wife and her sister like to hold like hide trash, like straw things or whatever in here. It drives me insane. They do that to mess with me. Of course, piano back finish, same sunshades. The power one is right there. That's where it comes out of. Right there is the power one. You get a couple of connections for top. So for the car seat to tether it, same thing there. So you can have 3 car seats. Technically, you can have 3 passengers. It will let you know if there's people in the back. It illuminates in the corner like red. When you first start, it says like 3. It shows 3 little figures and they illuminate red. If it's one person, it'll say 1 figure, but it'll show you what side it's on or in the middle. That's really cool. It can sense who's here. That's really cool. So it doesn't have to necessarily deploy airbags if you're in an accident in the back. Of course, seat belts. You do get the shows you where to connect the baby car seats. It's really comfortable. Obviously this can go up. All these, yep, these can all be adjusted. You see the buttons there. Yep, and then they squeeze the side here. I don't know what this one's for. Is this how you, oh, you can tilt this one. Oh, for the passenger to have it up, or you can tilt it to have it down. That is cool. So you can just grab this and just get your armrest. You hit this button and then you get 2 cup holders. This collapses, you close it, or you can pull from here, push this little button and open the center of it, which your ski will go through here. And you grab something out of the trunk. I think that's really, really cool. Grab something out of the trunk. That's some kind of sensor. So I think that's really, really cool. Of course you can fold the entire seat. I don't know if you can do it from here or not, but there is latches. I don't know why you'd want to do it from here, but there is latches like I showed you guys in the back trunk. There's a couple more speakers there. So there's 1, 2 speakers there. 1, 2. So there's 4, 6, 8, 10. And I think there's a subwoofer under the seat on one of the sides or both. I can't remember, I think. So it's crazy. It has, I forget how many watts. It's a really good sound system. Honestly, it's pretty spacious in the back. I feel like the Charger was more spacious in the back, and I feel like they gave a lot more room for the trunk for this car compared to the Charger. Because that was my previous vehicle. I had a Charger Scat Pack 6.4 liter. That was my 3rd place dream car. This is my 2nd. So we're moving on up. First place is the Audi R8, which maybe a while, probably when I retire to get it. So it has plenty of connectivity there. Kind of wish there were USB instead of that, but the cool part is you can put one of those little things in there, and it has 2 wires per side, so you can do a lot of charging. You know, you can have 2 different types of chargers. So I'm probably gonna get some really nice clean black ones and pop them back here. That way they can charge. Of course, you can sneak the wires through that opening right there from the USB plug there. My AC or heat's on. You can see it on right there. I need to turn that off. So the ambient lighting, like I was saying, 6 colors. You can change that. It does have auto dimming at night, which I think is really cool, so it doesn't blind you. That's kind of important. The sills illuminate there. It looks like you can fit, you know, a water bottle there, something else there. Quite a bit of storage back here. I'm actually impressed. The seats are very comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to be careful not to kick the crap out of this car. So yeah, it blew me away for the comfort level in the back. Let's jump up in the front and turn that off real quick and wrap up this video with the, let's go ahead and hit off. You can sync them. So let's go ahead and grab this, because this is one of the last things. Oh, the motor. Let's go ahead and pop that and show you guys the engine. So this is all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. So all-wheel drive is 50-50, can be rear biased depending on the driving. Then you have like 70-30, I think. Sport, rear biased, majority biased, rear biased, I would say. And then for most of the drive setting, and then you have nothing but rear wheel drive, which you have to disable all of the stability and traction control to do so. It does have launch control, which can be accessed once you have it in any of the sport modes. You can access launch control. So you have to pull this twice. So 1, 2. If you don't pull it twice, both sides won't unlatch and you won't be able to lift up the hood. It does have the little struts in there, so you do not need to put anything to hold it up. It'll hold up itself. So let's go ahead and grab this bad boy. When you close it, you do want to push the BMW logo. It recommends 030. It recommends 030 oil. Now, in my buyer's guide, I recommended 540. That's what all the BMW car guys told me. But we'll see. I guess the mileage has a big variable there. Stuff will get in there. I've noticed the leaves. So I think this is where you can access your cabin filter. So you pop this bad boy open. I'm gonna show you guys some cool stuff about that really quickly. So you have the cabin filter, I think, or Jesus, holy smokes. This definitely needs to be cleaned out. So the cabin filter, I do believe, is there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the cabin filter. You can see there's plenty of room in there. And there's cartridges you install somewhere that will allow you to have different scents. So you can have like ocean breeze, sandalwood, lavender something. So there's like all these different fragrances. You don't have to buy them from BMW. You can actually buy them from Amazon for really cheap. I've seen them as low as like 12, 13 bucks. And I think there's like 2 or 3 cartridges. I'm sure they last a while. And you can put it in how strong or how much it comes on. Holy smokes. Because the water comes and washes through there. And I'm sure there's a drain plug, which there is. There's some kind of old cap here. They've replaced the cap because the old one fell there. So I have a spare cap. Did they break? Yeah, it broke right there and it fell down in there. I'll put that in my back pocket. But so you can see there is, yep, there is a drain there. I want to kind of uncover that. But you can see there is a drain there. I don't know why you'd want water to go in there, but yeah, I'm sure it gets in there and leaves and stuff kind of blow in there. Doesn't look rusty or bad or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good. So, to the engine, because I got distracted by that. This is a 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. Produces 600 horsepower and 553 pound-feet of torque. Now, every video I've ever seen on this, where they actually take this vehicle and put on a dyno, it's putting anywhere between 620 to 631. I guess it depends on the dyno. Variable of about 10 horsepower or so. And then the torque was always over 600. I think it was like 606 in all of them consistently. So I don't know if that was, maybe one was like the competition would get the 630 and then the regular one would get 620, because technically the competition was only like 17 horsepower difference. So there really is no difference. I mean, it's silly. It had other attributes, like I think it was like 7 millimeters lower. You can get like, I could get the brakes. So everything on the competition I could get besides the 17 horsepower. So I could get the ceramic brakes, which comes on the competition, 7 millimeters lower, which doesn't come on this, which I could do myself. The exhaust, I think you can actually add to this, costs extra. When to unlock it to go to a higher speed, you can get on this, which I think it comes on the competition. So there's small changes like that. So like I mentioned, 4.4 liters, twin turbo V8. It is, the turbos are in the V. It is switched on this engine, so the exhaust is on the top, the intakes are on the side. So that's why the intakes go kind of to the side of the motor. These are the air boxes. These are the coolers, intercoolers for the turbos, intercool the air. You get your coolant tank, which I did in the buyer's guide. You do want to check to see if your coolant tank is leaking, because it leaks in the V's and the messes up the injectors. At first, I thought this was, it's obviously not power steering, but I do believe this is another coolant reservoir. So it has a couple, I think this is like a secondary coolant reservoir. That's the primary. I do believe so. I think the brake stuff is underneath this panel. It can't be power steering fluid because it has an electric steering system. This is where you add the oil. This is the oil cap right here. You can kind of take this off and actually look to see how clean it is and stuff like that. So you can kind of see the oil. As long as you don't see any shiny stuff, you're in good shape from the bearing. The oil looks okay. It does take quite a bit of oil. I think when you do oil change, it's like 10.3, so they want you to add 10 quarts and then do an oil check and then add another 0.3 to have it on the very full mark. It has a very wide range because some BMWs consume a tiny bit of oil and some consume more. So they give you quite a bit of oil in the engine. It does have 2 oil pumps. It has 2 oil squirters per cylinder, and it does have 2 fuel pumps, a low and a high pressure. So it's an insanely complicated motor. This is how you can select how it rides, because it is adjustable. You can tell that by that. It looks really clean. The belt looks in good shape. Everything just looks really clean. Like I said, there's literally 0 room. And it takes quite a bit of tools to work on it. So honestly, this is obviously for the air conditioning there. Honestly, I would do oil changes because it is simply a cartridge housing that you unscrew, and there's a cartridge in there. There is a rubber ring. Just be aware that that rubber ring needs to be changed out every time. It does come with your oil filter. So make sure you change that cartridge, put a little oil in that rubber ring, make sure it's not dry, screw it back up in there, and then when you take the drain plug out, change that crush copper brass ring. You want to change that brass ring every time. It comes with the oil filter. Change that, and then of course you want to add minimum 10 quarts in this and then check it from there. So just be aware of that. The car does have to run for a while and get nice and warm. I think it states at least 30 minutes, and then on level ground. There's no dipstick. No dipstick. The car has to check its oil in its system. That's how it tells you when it needs to be changed. You can get about, I think, I want to say 9,000 miles on an oil change is what it recommends. That is insane. I would not go 9,000 miles. I would never go above 7. Really between 6 and 7. At first, I stated on the buyer's guide at 5 because that's what a lot of BMW mechanics will tell you. Synthetic oil is about 5,000 miles, which I understand. But you don't also want to waste money. So I think 6 to 7, definitely buy 7, maybe 6. Do like a median in between that and go with that. It's up to you, your vehicle, but you do want to prolong the life of it. Just everything is nice and snug. Like I mentioned, two different clamps that hold it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to clean that out a little bit more when I wrap up this video. And I'm going to, and then go ahead and pop this one off too. Why not? This is your brake fluid. So it has a sensor, tells you if it's low. It just got recently flushed by the dealer. It does need oil change. I mean, not oil change. Brake fluid flushes and change the brake fluid in this vehicle. So I forget what the mileage is. Technically, the next inspection for my car is in 17,000 miles. The oil is in 9. And then the something else was like in 12,000 miles. But I'm good technically, supposedly till 2025, which is when it estimates. If you don't hit that mileage, that's when it recommends you change the oil, like an expiration date, which it doesn't technically have one. Maybe the oil cartridge can get old, can break down and get in the system. I don't know, because it does use a cartridge. This is obviously your windshield wiper fluid, which has been replaced. Found that one in my pocket. If you want to jump the vehicle, I do believe this is your positive, because the battery's in the back. That's your positive terminal. And then I would use that one, and then I would use a ground like this, a bolt. I'm sure it has a ground somewhere. I really want you. That's plastic. Don't use that. This bolt, that bolt, this one. But technically, there is a positive right there to jump it. Go ahead and put that cover back on completely. Just make sure everything is tight, that you pop off and you put back on. So mine, I'm very lucky. I got 4 brand new tires. So these are brand new Michelin on mine. 4 new tires. The brake fluid was flushed. I got brand new air filters. brand new windshield wipers, and the ceramic coating, which I do any vehicle they sell, 1 year paint protection. And then I bought a warranty. If you buy a car like this, they're not cheap, but they're not crazy expensive. This car, brand new, was $112,000, brand new. So I bought a warranty because I didn't want hit an issue with the transmission or motor or rear end or whatever. I bought a really nice powertrain, and covers other things, but it's mainly focused on powertrain. They're not cheap. My warranty was $6,000. It does matter on the mileage of your vehicle, the year, all that. That's what kind of helps get the estimate and price of your warranty, independent on your coverages. I got good coverages on mine, and I paid like $6,000 for the warranty. It's worth it because anything gets major messes up on this, it's gonna be my money that's gonna cover it, and you know, it's gonna pay for itself essentially. It's driving me crazy, all these leaves. I definitely recommend getting all those leaves out of there. That's why I'm gonna leave these covers off. I'm not gonna close my hood yet because I really want to get a lot of those leaves out of there. But yeah, everything looks good. Like I said, don't be afraid to kick the tires. Look at everything. Mine look good underneath. The brakes, a pro tip on the brakes, these are performance brakes. You get a lot of people complaining about noise. They're performance brake, they're gonna make noise. Now here's the thing. Mine got changed at 10,000 miles. I don't know if there was a warped rotor or they were glazed, or I don't know what happened, but they got changed at 10,000 miles. It got front rotors and front pads. These are the stock, I think, rotors and pads for the back. You can see the pad from the side, so it still has plenty of life. Not to mention that these have brake indicators. So this car will tell you if your brakes get low enough to where you can start to damage the rotors or anything like that. So it does have brake indicators on the front and back. There's just 2 indicators each, so keep that in mind. So you do have your brake indicators, and these brakes can be noisy. Now, these pads got a lot of life on them, and these rotors look decent. I don't know if you could turn them. There's certain specs that can have to be, I don't know if they've never been turned before and they only have maybe 20, 30,000 miles on them. Maybe you can turn them. I don't know. If I'm going to go ahead and wait till these are kind of wore and the indicators come out, then I'm probably going to change the rotors, the pads on all 4, just because it's never been done and I'd like to do it, especially on the back. So I'm probably going to do that. Now, keep in mind, these are performance brakes. If you get into bumper to bumper traffic or stop and go or just daily normal light use, they will get dirty and they will get buildup. You can kind of see all that brake dust. They will get dirty and they will get buildup. And you want to basically keep them clean if you can. You can spray them off, but one way to do it to actually clean all that and get them to stop squeaking is BMW will actually tell you these are performance brakes. If you go, let's say 60, 70 miles, whatever per hour, I'm not going to tell you a crazy speed, but you want to go not too fast, but you want to go fast enough to where you brake, get it down to about 5, 10 miles an hour, go again, let them cool a little bit, do that again, and it help clean the pads and the rotors of any debris, because it does have those cross-drilled holes there. Do that, it'll kind of help clean it, get it not too hot, because if you get it too hot, you glaze the pad and then the pads are ruined. So if you go 140, 150 and then try to brake real fast, you'll glaze your pad. You can. I'm not saying you will, but it's a possibility. So keep that in mind. You want to really just go, I recommend, I cleaned mine and it worked well around about 50 miles an hour, 45, 50. And I slowed down really fast. I didn't lock them up, but I slowed down really fast at 10. I did that a couple of times and the squeaking went away. I have to do that maybe once every week or so. So since I've had it for about a month now, I've only had to do that maybe once or twice to get them to stop. It's not a crazy squeak. You'll hear just a little bit. And you can tell it's not like a grinding or like a bad brake squeak. It's you know, these are performance brakes. Cold will tend to trigger them. Rain, it doesn't so much do it because I guess the rain's cleaning most of that crap off of it. So just beware of that. Don't freak out. Your car will tell you any service records or anything your car or any service that it needs. Your car will tell you. You can do a system check anytime, oil change anytime, check, and it'll tell you if you're late on your services. So it's kind of cool. Check out the buyer's guide because it's really important. A lot of important information that I'm not really going to try to get into in this video. I try to guide you guys a lot, but really quickly, just a quick recap. Definitely get a Carfax, see if it's any accidents, how many owners, if it's been leased, whatever, and it shows you maintenance records on some of those Carfaxes like mine did. Mine came off 2 leases. Definitely get the warranty. Definitely have someone kick the tires, inspect your vehicle. Just really take your time because this is basically an investment. So let's show you guys. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video because it's long enough. I just wanted to literally show you everything I could think of at the time. Now, there will be updates, and we'll have to do a separate... I love that. Hood is open. Oh, another thing, if you leave your phone in the wireless charging, it'll tell you. If you start your car and you walk off and you close and hit the lock button, it'll honk twice. I changed mine to where it does make no noise when I lock the doors. I didn't want it to make noise every time I hit my lock button. The lights will still flash. You can change if the mirrors fold up when you park it, like all kinds of settings. That's just too many settings to go over with, honestly. So here is the build sheet and my spec of my 2018 M5. So we'll start at the top. The base model for this particular year, come on, focus, people. There we go, is 102,600. That is the base for it. Donington gray is included. Black merino leather, so it's high quality black leather. I got the driving assist package, active driving assist plus. So I do believe that's the cruise control, lane keep assist, blind spot. I think, like, basically a nice driver's dynamic package. That's $1,700. The main one you definitely want is the executive package. That's $4,000. That's going to have your soft closed doors, your rear sunshade, which is electric. Let me hit that for you real quick. Watch this. Come on, focus. Focus. Well, and then you can hit it again. And then that closes. Yes, I know my hood's open. You can see the parking brake will illuminate. Everything else is, these are just silver rings, so that's all digital. I can install the new one if I wanted to, which I think this is cool. Kind of gives me a more, I don't know, analog feel. But anyways, so you get the soft closed door, the sunshades, the ventilated seats, which are nice, front and rear heated seats, 4-zone climate control, front massaging seats, that's both, parking assistant plus, wireless charging, Wi-Fi hotspot, enhanced USB and Bluetooth. So the USB plugs, if you plug them in, then they'll connect to the thing. You probably put like a memory card and play stuff. I would imagine I'm gonna try that. I did try a DVD. DVD works. Blu-ray does not, unless you get the package where it has the two 10-inch screens in the back with another Blu-ray player, which I think goes there, or this may be updated, not sure. So where was I? Enhanced USB and Bluetooth, active parking distance control, rear view camera, surround view with 3D view, which is really cool. So the blind spot is included. Lane departure is included. That's cool. Lane departure, just not the fancy, driving system basically on the highway. Lane departure. 20-inch M alloy wheels. He did pay for that. These are the black ones. So you got those. The mobile kit's included. Mobility kit's included. Heated steering wheel's included. Power tailgate. Universal garage door opener. Comfort access key entry. I do have 2 keys. Well, yeah, the keys look like this. And it does have a couple hidden features, which I guess I could show you guys towards the end to wrap up this video. It's already long enough, I guess. Doesn't matter at this point. Where was I? Universal comfort key entry, yep. Multi-function seats with lumbar. Where was I at? With lumbar. Piano black finish trim is $1,080. So he paid for this black piano trim, which looks cool, but it's a pain in the butt to keep clean. Then you have the automatic high beams, which are really cool. You just click that to have them on, and then whenever it detects a vehicle coming up, it turns them off. That's really, really cool. Automatic high beams, that's the ones I was on. What's the active protection? I don't know, I guess that's security system. Adaptive full LED lights, advanced RTTI, I don't know what that is. The Apple CarPlay capability is $300. So it connects by Bluetooth only. I don't think it connects by USB, which I have to do more testing on, but I think it's Bluetooth. Gesture control, dang it, I didn't show you guys. The navigation system, you get 1 year with subscription for the Sirius Satellite. Technically, they gave me 3 months when I bought this vehicle, and I already had Sirius Satellite on my black Charger, so I transferred it over, so I don't have to pay for 3 months, and after 3 months, I pay my regular subscription, which is, you know, all the Sirius Satellite channels, which I love. The Harman Kardon, I can't ever say that word, surround system. Alcantara headliner. There we go. Refrigerant. I guess that's for air conditioning. That's hilarious. They charge you for a refrigerant. Destination charge is $1,000. Oh no, refrigerant is included, and then the destination charge is $995. Sorry, $1,000 for the gas guzzler tax, which brings it up to $112,975. Standard features are over here: the 4.4 liter, 32 valve twin turbo with double Vanos and double Valvetronic, high precision direct injection, 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission with drive logic and steering wheel mounted paddle shifters with and launch control. So it does have launch control. And then it talks about the M-Drive and M-Drive dynamic control, the M-Drive dynamic stability. See, it has that one. It has the included brake fade compensation. Dang, that's pretty cool. Start off assist, brake dying, brake standby features, M dynamic mode, adaptive M suspension, M compound four wheel. Oh, ventilated and anti-lock brakes. So it does have the vents. Dang, I should have showed you guys. It has these little scoops underneath that gets the air to the brakes. Helps cool them. M active all-wheel drive system with two-wheel drive capability. And active M differential. 20-way multi-function seats with illuminated M5 logos with memory. 40, 20, 40 split down. So that's what that is. The surround sound audio system, the Sirius XM, the 3-spoke wrapped multi-function steering wheel, iDrive 6.0 with touchscreen, touchpad controller, and 7 programmable memory buttons, BMW navigation system with 10.2-inch high resolution with voice command system and advanced real-time traffic information, gesture control, comfort access key entry, parking assistant control, front and rear, and whatever views, rear front headlight protection system, HPS, what front rear head protection, oh, HPS, seat mounted front impact airbags, that's really cool, BMW active protection system, 4 years, 50,000 miles on the vehicle, with light truck 2018, 12-year, that's what I was talking about, the 12-year unlimited miles rust perfection whatever paint, and 4-year unlimited miles roadside assistance. It gets a combined of 17, 15 in the city, 21 on the highway. The gas guzzler cost, the annual, the spending, and then Joe Money. And then it was delivered to Baltimore, Maryland. So there you have it, Ultimate Drive Machine 2018. So that is the original sticker. The manual is really nice. It's all leather and stuff. Like, everything is really nice quality. So there you have it, guys. That is the full review. Oh, let me hit that. Well, I don't even need to hit that. I could just hit media, and guess what? Should come on. This one. There we go. It's coming on. Just takes a second. I like the M graphics that pop up every time on both sides. Let me know that the hood is open. Come on. Get to the thing so I could turn it up really quickly and show you guys that it works. So focus, of course, you have the profile. Oh man, I didn't even go through this, man. It's just so much. So just really quickly what it looks like. It always gives you this responsible warning. You hit okay. So the iPhone, let's go to home. So you have your media here. Your iPhone is down there, Apple CarPlay. You have your media, which is basically all your media stuff. Hit back. You have your connection drive, which is all your assistance, BMW stuff. Then you have your communications, obviously my iPhone. You have navigation with maps, all the fun settings, shows you gas stations, everything like that. Your average miles 15.4. I've achieved 27.5 going 75 miles an hour to a brother's house. You get 27.5 on the highway. If I'm aggressive, I've seen it as low as 10, 12. It just depends on your driving habits and your speed. You can see, shows my vehicle right there. And then there's one notification. Uh-oh, what is it? I guarantee it's the hood. Open it. It will go away once that's done. It shows the LT bars, my phone, Apple CarPlay, the time, home. So, you know. Oh, gesture control really quickly. Kind of cool. My phone messed up. Not sure at what point, but I was going over all the media stuff in the menu. Showing you guys just menu, connect, drive, navigation. Vehicle shows your miles per gallon. Notifications, my hood is open. So this is how the gesture control works. So you put your hand here where the sensor is angled down at. You would obviously want to be in it. There we go. And you would turn the hand to the right. Hand to the left. Actually works really well. If it's a CD, this is pause. This way. I think this is supposed to be next song. That way, that way. Can't remember this way. I can't remember which way. This is the answer. Up is answer. This is ignore the call. I think this should be the next song, which it can't do because it's not a CD. So this would be pause. This should be next song. This should be back. What else? I think there's a couple other ones you can do as well, but I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. So let me turn this down before we get sanctioned here. So there you have it, guys. That's pretty much everything on it. Now you can, like I said, you can change all this stuff. You can, the heads-up display is actually really nice. Really quickly, you can completely change it, and its color, I mean, it's insane. So you would go to my vehicle. Whoops. Make sure it's still in park. You would go to M setup. It's the fastest way to get to it. But like on the heads-up display, so you can, your heads-up display looks like this. So it'll typically just have your like miles per hour and then like a little picture of the speed in the area. Then you can change it. It'll show you if like a car's coming up on you, like on the cruise control. It'll show you navigation. You can have it have like the rev. So let me show you. So this is the standard one, right? This is the miles per hour, then the little speed limit thing. It'll show you if your car is coming up on cruise control. It'll show you the next couple turns on navigation. Then when you go to M Sport, it's gonna have the shift thing, the gear you're in, and the miles per hour. And then it shows that like the yellow part, like you're in the yellow, and then boom, red shift. And then also flash like a little shift light down here if you wanted to. Depends if you have it set up in your settings. It's crazy. Configure 1, configure 2. So these are my configured for both of the M stuff. I like the regular one if I'm not driving aggressive. They are set up to be, once I do put them in one of these, that I do have my M Sport thing. The driver profiles, technology in action. It'll tell you efficiency, dynamic efficiency of it, you know, miles per gallon, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's just too much to show you in the media thing because it's so much. So I'm not sure. Hopefully it didn't stop too much in the video, like too far back, because that would suck. But I really just wanted to do this video for you guys. I suck at editing, so I'm just going to try to shoot it and just be, you know, make a raw form video where it's everything, the good and the bad. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. There will be a couple other reviews coming on some family cars, some cars I know some guys that drive. We're going to try to communicate with some dealerships. We're going to do some car spotting. We're going to do some car shows. We're going to do some news stuff, and of course shorts. So stay tuned for all that. I got tons of content to come, so I cannot wait to share with you guys. So that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.